The United States has reached out to China diplomatically about reducing its purchases of Iranian crude oil, U.S. and European officials said yesterday, as Washington seeks to persuade Tehran to resume talks about reviving the 2015 nuclear deal. Reuters reported that purchases of Iranian oil by Chinese companies are believed to have helped keep Iran's economy afloat despite U.S. sanctions that are designed to choke off such sales and to put pressure on Iran to curb its nuclear program. Iran must return to talks with world powers over its 2015 nuclear deal to avoid a diplomatic escalation that could jeopardize the negotiations, a French presidency official said. Reuters reported. The official also said, Iran could not set new conditions before returning to the talks in Vienna, as the terms on the table were clear. Western powers have urged Iran to return to negotiations, and said time is running out as its nuclear program is advancing well beyond the limits set by the deal, which Washington abandoned in 2018. Tehran has signaled in recent weeks that negotiations would resume in a few weeks, without giving a specific date, increasing frustration among the Western parties, Britain, France, Germany, and the United States, to the 2015 accord. The more that time passes, the harder it becomes to return to the negotiating table, and the key question of restoring a manageable and acceptable breakout time for us becomes complicated to resolve. The official said that world powers, including Russia and China, needed to remain united, and that Beijing especially needed to express itself and act in a more determined way. Iran rejected a U.S. call to grant UN inspectors access to a nuclear site, saying Washington was not qualified to demand inspections without condemning a sabotage attack on the facility, Iranian state media reported. Reuters reported. The United States said that Iran must stop denying the UN nuclear watchdog access to a workshop making centrifuge parts as agreed 2 weeks ago, or face diplomatic retaliation at the agency's Board of Governors meeting. A senior Israeli government official was reported by Kan 11 as saying that the world powers strongly desire to reach a deal on Iran's nuclear program, but reaching a deal depends solely on Iran's stance. The Israeli leadership is said to be planning to reinforce coordination with the U.S. administration on the Iran nuclear issue. Israel will not launch an intensified campaign against the Iran deal, said an Israeli official quoted in Yediot Ahronoth. Stay tuned for the latest news,